In this video, we'll be taking a look at 4 MLB games happening on September 23, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 8 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 4 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Chicago Cubs versus Philadelphia Phillies. On Monday evening, the Chicago Cubs, who hold a record of 79-76 and are second in the National League Central, will face off against the Philadelphia Phillies, who boast a 92-63 record and are first in the National League East. This marks the first game of their 3-game series, set to take place at Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. As of the time this article was written, neither team has announced their starting pitchers for the upcoming matchup. The last time these two teams met earlier in the season in Chicago, the Phillies took 2 out of 3 games from the Cubs, continuing their strong season performance. The Cubs are currently struggling, having gone 5-5 in their last 10 games and losing 3 of their last 4 road contests. Their recent road trip included a series loss to the Colorado Rockies. On the other hand, the Phillies are competing for the best overall record in Major League Baseball, which could grant them home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Philadelphia has been dominant at home, winning 5 of their last 6 games at Citizens Bank Park. For the Cubs, this game will essentially be a bullpen affair, with Nate Pearson expected to serve as the opener. Pearson holds a 4.71 earned run average on the season, and Hayden Wesneski is likely to pitch the bulk of the innings, though he has struggled against the Phillies, giving up 5 runs in just 5 innings this year. Phillies starter Aaron Nola, meanwhile, is coming off an impressive outing where he limited the Milwaukee Brewers to just 1 run over 7.1 innings, improving his home earned run average to a solid 3.31. The Phillies have consistently had the upper hand in their recent meetings with the Cubs, winning 7 of the last 8 matchups, including 2 straight at home. Philadelphia's pitching staff has been particularly effective, going 6-1 with a 3.48 earned run average and a 1.15 WHIP over their last 7 games against Chicago's lineup. Additionally, the Phillies have thrived at Citizens Bank Park, winning 5 consecutive series and even sweeping the Tampa Bay Rays earlier this month. Their success at home is notable, as they have won 2/3 of their games there in 2024. On the other side, the Cubs have lost more than half of their games this season and have not won any of their last 2 road series. Offensively, the Phillies hold a significant advantage, ranking 4th in the league in batting average, while the Cubs sit somewhere in the middle. Considering these factors, the Philadelphia Phillies money line is our full game side pick. In recent meetings between these teams, the games have tended to go over the run total, with 3 of the last 4 overall and 2 of the last 3 at Citizens Bank Park exceeding the projected number of runs. Their most recent 3-game set saw a total of 30 runs scored. The Cubs have shown some offensive power at Citizens Bank Park, posting a slugging percentage of .514 over their last 10 games at the venue. Meanwhile, the Phillies rank in the top 10 across multiple offensive categories, including batting average and slugging percentage, making them a threat to score quickly and in bunches. They are currently ranked 5th in the league in runs scored, so expect them to put up plenty of points on the scoreboard. The Cubs also rank in the top half of the league in several key offensive categories. However, Chicago's pitching staff has struggled on the road this year, ranking 22nd in the league with a 4.44 earned run average. The Cubs have exceeded the run total in 6 of their last 7 road games, while the Phillies have gone over in their last 3 contests. Offensively, Chicago has been productive, scoring 5 or more runs in 6 of their last 10 games. The Cubs have tallied 17 runs in their 3 games against the Phillies this season. Nola, despite his strong home earned run average, has posted a subpar 5.32 earned run average for the month. On top of that, the Phillies have been generating runs at home, scoring 23 runs over their last 5 games. Meanwhile, the Cubs' pitching has been exploited in road games, surrendering 30 runs over their last 5 road contests. The over has hit in 5 of Chicago's previous 6 road games, making over the projected total our full game total pick. Boston Red Sox versus Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto will host the Boston Red Sox for one of the final series of the regular season. The Blue Jays currently hold a 73-83 record, placing them at the bottom of the American League East standings. With their postseason hopes dashed, the Blue Jays find themselves far removed from any potential wild card spot. The Red Sox, on the other hand, come into this matchup with a 78-78 overall record. Though they won't be taking the division title, especially with the Yankees well ahead, they still have a slim chance at securing a wild card berth. Boston is currently 4 games behind a wild card spot, with only 6 games left to play, leaving them with little room for error. As Boston enters this crucial series, they are desperately clinging to their fading postseason aspirations. Every game in the final stretch is essentially a must-win for the Red Sox if they hope to stay in the wild card hunt. On the road, Boston has a decent 41-37 record, while Toronto has posted a nearly identical 38-37 mark at home. The Blue Jays are coming off a disappointing offensive performance against the Tampa Bay Rays, and they'll be looking to improve as they face Tanner Houck, who has delivered a solid, if unspectacular, season. Meanwhile, Toronto will counter with Chris Bassitt, a pitcher who has had some shaky outings recently and whose overall season numbers have been less than stellar. Boston's 2 wins against the Minnesota Twins on Sunday should give them a boost in confidence heading into this series. Given Houck's reliability compared to Bassitt's inconsistency, Boston may have the upper hand. Monday night's game is expected to be a high-scoring contest. With the Red Sox still fighting to keep their postseason hopes alive, they will likely play with a sense of urgency and determination. Boston has hit .252 as a team this season and ranks second in doubles, which should give them opportunities to capitalize on against Chris Bassitt. Bassitt has struggled at home, posting a 4.58 earned run average, and Toronto is only 8-9 when he starts at home. Additionally, the Blue Jays have hit a meager .239 against the Red Sox this season. I expect Boston to capitalize on these factors, potentially putting together a big inning that could propel them to victory as they fight to stay in the postseason race. With that in mind, the Boston Red Sox money line is our full game side pick. The Blue Jays' recent offensive struggles are hard to ignore, especially given that they have been held to 3 or fewer runs in 4 of their last 5 games. While Tanner Houck has had his ups and downs this season, he has generally performed well against Toronto. On the flip side, Boston's offense may lack the firepower needed for a high-scoring performance, especially after playing 2 games on Sunday and traveling. Chris Bassitt, despite his inconsistencies, seems to have the advantage against Boston's lineup and should be able to pitch deep enough into the game to give the Blue Jays bullpen a much-needed breather. Additionally, the under has hit in 4 of the last 5 meetings between these 2 teams, including 3 consecutive games. Given the circumstances, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Seattle Mariners versus Houston Astros. On Monday night, Major League Baseball presents a modest 4-game slate, but each game carries significant playoff implications. One such matchup features a divisional showdown between the Seattle Mariners, holding an 80-76 record, and the Houston Astros, boasting an 85-71 record. This 3-game series begins with Bryce Miller on the mound for the Mariners, while the Astros counter with Hunter Brown. Both teams are in the thick of the postseason race, making this series critical for their respective playoff aspirations. It's puzzling to see the Mariners positioned as such heavy underdogs in the opener of this series. First, Seattle has managed to hold its own against Houston this season, posting a solid 5-4 record in head-to-head matchups. In addition, the Mariners are currently riding a wave of momentum, having won 6 of their last 9 games. Bryce Miller, one of Seattle's rising stars, will take the mound. He has been one of the top performers in the league this year, compiling an 11-8 record with a stellar 3.06 earned run average, ranking 10th overall, and an impressive 0.99 WHIP, which ranks 5th in the league. Offensively, Seattle has found its groove, ranking 2nd in MLB and WRC+ and 3rd in WOBA over the past 2 weeks. They've also managed to reduce their strikeout percentage to 24.4% during this period, down from their season-long average of 27%. As the season winds down, both teams have plenty of motivation to secure a win, but the urgency rests heavier on Seattle's shoulders as they are still battling to claim a playoff spot. The Mariners have already proven they can win in Houston, having taken 2 out of 3 games in a series earlier this season at Minute Maid Park. Bryce Miller's recent form only strengthens their chances, with a remarkable 1.82 earned run average over the past month, having allowed just 6 earned runs across 29 innings. The Mariners' success this season has been largely driven by their elite pitching staff, which boasts the best team earned run average in baseball at 3.51. Meanwhile, despite the star power in Houston's lineup, the Astros rank only 10th in run production. Given Seattle's easier upcoming series against Oakland at home, they will be looking to grab a win here to kick off the series on a positive note and improve their postseason odds. Although the Astros are understandably favored at home as they close in on a division title, the true value lies with the Mariners and their underdog status. Seattle is fighting for their playoff lives and is backed by the hot hand of Bryce Miller, who has arguably been more reliable this season than Houston's Hunter Brown. Miller's impressive 3.06 earned run average and 0.99 WHIP compare favorably to Brown's 3.57 earned run average and 1.28 WHIP, with the Mariners having won 6 of their last 9 games against Houston. This is a make-or-break moment for them. It's hard to overlook the potential value in backing Seattle with their informed pitcher and rejuvenated offense. For that reason, the Seattle Mariners moneyline is our full game side pick. These two teams enter this series as the top contenders in the American League West, with Houston holding a 5-game advantage over Seattle. The Mariners are desperately trying to stay in the race for the American League wild card, but time is not on their side. Seattle has struggled on the road with a 34-44 record, while Houston has been strong at home, going 45-33. Both teams have been playing well recently, which sets the stage for a thrilling series. The strength of both teams lies in their pitching, and this game should stay under the projected total. Seattle's pitching staff has been exceptional all season, leading the league with the best earned run average. Their formula for success has been limiting their opponent's scoring, winning games by keeping the scores low. Offensively, the Mariners have struggled, ranking just 23rd in the league in run production, relying heavily on their pitching staff to carry them. Bryce Miller has epitomized this strategy, dropping his earned run average to an impressive 1.82 over the past 30 days. On the other side, Hunter Brown has been equally effective against Seattle, with a 1.65 earned run average and 19 strikeouts in 16 innings over 3 appearances this season. With both pitchers in form, expect a tight, low-scoring game. Therefore, under the projected total is our full game total pick. San Francisco Giants versus Arizona Diamondbacks. The San Francisco Giants and the Arizona Diamondbacks are set to face off in the first game of their 3-game series in the Arizona desert on Monday night. For the Giants, their playoff hopes have faded, leaving them in the role of spoilers as they head into the final week of the season. They have the opportunity to disrupt the Diamondbacks' quest for one of the 3 coveted National League wildcard spots still up for grabs. With Arizona still very much in the postseason hunt, this matchup carries significant implications for their playoff aspirations. Although the veteran pitcher for the Giants is no longer the dominant force he once was, his experience and crafty adjustments have allowed him to remain competitive on the mound. He'll face Hayden Birdsong, a strikeout machine for Arizona who has struggled to go deep into games. Birdsong has managed just 1 quality start in 14 appearances this season and has surrendered 10 home runs over 62.2 innings. This trend could spell trouble in Arizona, where the ballpark has increasingly favored hitters in recent years, with the ball carrying well in the dry desert air. The Giants have shown signs of improvement lately, but the Diamondbacks are fighting for their postseason lives and have experience in high-pressure situations, especially after last season's run to the World Series. Additionally, Eduardo Rodriguez, the Giant starter, brings his own big game experience, having pitched for the 2018 World Series champion Boston Red Sox. While Rodriguez may not be at his best, he should keep the Diamondbacks within striking distance, leaving their potent offense to handle the rest. Arizona has been one of the league's top offensive teams throughout the season, and their batting average has only improved, particularly at home and throughout the month of September. Birdsong's vulnerability to giving up home runs, combined with Arizona's ability to hit the long ball, especially in night games, where they've launched more than 75% of their homers this season, makes this a tough challenge for him. Given Arizona's recent success against right-handed pitching, there's every reason to believe they can continue that trend against Birdsong. On the other side, the Giants have fared better against left-handed pitching this season, and it's plausible they could score a few runs off Arizona's Arizona's bullpen. As the game progresses, Hayden Birdsong has been hittable throughout this season, and with the Giants having little to play for, the pressure is all on the Diamondbacks, who are at home and on the brink of securing a playoff spot. This is a game Arizona simply cannot afford to lose. Though Rodriguez has had an up-and-down season and has struggled at Chase Field, his championship pedigree should help him rise to the occasion. Still, the Diamondbacks have no excuses. They need to win games like this to stay in the playoff hunt. With the Giants struggling to find consistency on offense and the Diamondbacks clicking on all cylinders at the plate, Arizona should take care of business in this game. The Diamondbacks moneyline is our recommended pick for the full game as they look to continue their push toward the postseason. As previously mentioned, Arizona's Chase Field has developed into one of the most hitter-friendly parks in baseball over the past few seasons, consistently ranking in the top 5 in terms of favorable conditions for hitters. Arizona has led the league in runs per game, averaging 5.5, a figure that rises to 5.76 when they play at home. With Birdsong having allowed 10 home runs in just over 60 innings, there's a strong possibility we'll see some long balls on Monday night. Heading into the conclusion of their series with the Brewers on Sunday, the Diamondbacks have seen the total go over in 3 of their last 4 games. Rodriguez has been inconsistent all season, with his home earned run average higher than his overall season average, and opponents have been hitting nearly .300 against him throughout September. Birdsong has also struggled on the road, allowing a high opponent batting average. Arizona's offense has been red hot this month, and both teams are likely to find their rhythm at the plate early on. Therefore, both offenses should be able to generate plenty of runs in this contest, making over the projected total our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.